Namaste.
Hi Michael, how are you?
Very good, yourself?
Very good, nice to meet you again.
Likewise.
Very good. Michael, please sit down. I want to talk to you a little about yoga and its concept and why yoga. I have never done yoga in my life, but I have invited many people to come to your class,
Yes.
maybe more than 1,000 times. But really, I mean, me and also a lot of other people don't know about yoga. Can you please explain what are the benefits of yoga? Why do we do yoga, and what are the effects of the yoga in our life, for our body, for our soul, for our emotions? Thank you so much.
Well, on that note, I'll say before you leave this interview place, you're going to do a chair yoga with me and my mom. Because yoga can be accessible for anybody. There's no reason to avoid it, it's not a bad thing. And to really explain it, to understand it, you have to do it yourself. Because yoga in its essence is self-awareness. It just is simply, at a very basic level, a match of movement with breath. And it's an internal journey that is really, really a very nice way to find some calm and inner peace. What's really a very crazy and hectic world these days. Me personally, on my yogic journey, I got into yoga actually looking for flexibility. It was with a purpose. I wanted to be more flexible. I was taking Taekwondo classes, and I couldn't kick as high as everybody else. So I found the path of yoga, and it's one of those things, once you start doing a little practice, whether it be in a classroom or by yourself or with a private teacher, it just feels so good. It doesn't feel like an obligation or like, oh, I got to block out a period of time for it. It just happens naturally. So I think in the beginning, I was probably just doing maybe 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes every morning. It felt really nice way to start the day, get the body going. And that's what I try to transmit to a lot of the people here in Ella, particularly who come to Beyond Nomad, is for most of them it's their very first or second yoga class. I don't know why, but people come to Ella with the idea they're going to try yoga for once. So that said, I try to just transmit that shouldn't feel like an obligation. It just should feel nice. Yoga in its essence is just taking care of your body. We're all going to die. All of our bodies are decomposing as we speak. It's all just very impermanent, the whole world as it were. But what yoga can do is make the time that you're stepping across this planet more enjoyable. You feel better about yourself, you feel more calm, have a more rational mind. When you get confronted with stressful situations, you've got a more, shall we say, stronger inner strength of dealing with them. And I think that's the thing that just a lot of people miss the disconnect, the issue they think is just normal fitness. It's not. It's just really taking care of your body and avoiding too much suffering when you get old. You can't avoid everything, but you can definitely gracefully go into things, or you can fall in head first. It's up to you. But with yoga, at least I think it gives a lot of people the option and a choice to enjoy life to a better quality. Because it doesn't matter if you live to 100 if the last 20 years you're on 15 medicines a day and can barely get out of bed. It's not quality of life. So I emphasize quality of life. The other thing with yoga is if you choose to develop it and evolve with it, you can go further. You can take it into a more spiritual path. You can do meditation, breath practice. It's got a lot of elements to it. It has more than 2,500 years of history. It's not a religion. It's just simply the belief that you want to take care of yourself, be nice to your body, and be in harmony with yourself and with everything around you. Sounds very simple, but it's a very nice practice to adapt. And I think if more people did it, they'd walk through life with a little bit more of a smile and enjoying themselves and the people that are around. So that's my short, not so short answer about yoga.
So let me ask you some question. Is it true that yoga makes your life longer? Like if I'm supposed to live, for example, 60 years or 70 years, if I start doing yoga, then I live for 80 years or 90 years?
There's no guarantees, Barry. There's no yoga certificate of quality, or warranty, as it were. But again, quality of life for sure. Quality of life is what you will gain. Indefinitely, if you're not doing any yoga and waking up every morning, you're feeling stiffer and more unable to move or do the things you used to do when you were a bit younger. It's just age. It happens to all of us. But with yoga, you're telling the body, hey, stay ready, I need you. There's even workouts for the toes and the knees, joints and parts of the body that you wouldn't think of working out. Even there's eye yoga. All these things need to be given a little bit of attention, and whether you go at 60, 80, 100, 120, not the point. It's how well do you get there going there. That's my point.
Let me ask you, what are the, in a nutshell, what are the health benefits of doing yoga? Like the people who have blood pressure or diabetics or rheumatoid arthritis or back pain or knee pain or whatever. Is it really true that when you do yoga like 1 hour a day for like a period of time, then it relieves a lot of pains and a lot of problems and a lot of diseases?
Yeah, well, there's no guarantees, but I think if you want to have things in your favor, yoga is definitely the best choice because you can adapt it to whatever circumstances you have. For example, my mom, she's 82, has a little bit of a mobility issue with canes, but we're not going onto the mat to do yoga, but we'll do yoga on the chair. So you're still doing gentle, subtle movements with breath, and that helps ever so much with blood pressure, with the calm of the mind, and yeah, it can also be a positive thing to fight off some of these modern day issues like diabetes and all the rest. The thing, if you're going for a specific treatment or something, there's another division of yoga, so to speak, called yoga therapy, whereas if you're trying to fix certain elements of your body or really focusing on something, there's people that are certified in that. That is another option as well. But, yeah.
Right now my fasting blood sugar FPS is 110 and my blood pressure is 14/12. So if I do yoga for 1 month, my blood pressure goes down maybe to 12 to 8, back to normal, and my diabetic fasting blood sugar goes to like 100. Because you told me that you have no problem.
There's no guarantee. I mean, you just have to do it and try it for yourself. Again, like I said at the very beginning, yoga is a personal experience, and you have to just try it and then see how it works for you. But I'd say if you give yoga a month, you give your body the opportunity to see what it can do.
And
if you see any progress, then you can keep going.
Yeah, how many hours of yoga a day is enough? Like 1 hour or 2 hour, 1 session, 2 sessions? What is your opinion about it?
I think it depends a little bit on your day and your circumstances. Definitely you want to do something in the morning before you get your day going, before you look at your emails or WhatsApps or whatever. Just do a little me time. Just even some simple stretches. You can do wall yoga if you don't have a mat. I have on my YouTube playlist shower yoga, 4 essential poses just to stay flexible. If you're in a cold environment, you can do a hot shower. Very, very simple, but it maintains the body. Because the problem is, if you don't do anything, you freeze up and, well, you're just going from bed into a chair. The body was made for more movement. And that's the idea with yoga, is to keep that energy going through the body. So the other thing is, obviously, if you have the type of job like driving a tuk-tuk, or you find yourself standing all day for work, that kind of thing, very, very beneficial. A bit of yoga just before you go to bed. People say, you shouldn't exercise before you go to bed. But actually, you can align parts of the body and make it more comfortable for when you hit the pillow, you're sleeping soundly and getting real recovery out of your sleep, not just sitting there.
That's a very good point. And then may I ask you that how many methodology of yoga we have? Like for example, you always say Vinyasa, Hatha, and aerial swing. How many different methodology? We call them methodology or the
styles.
The style. Yeah. So how many kinds of styles of yoga exist?
Hundreds. People keep making them up. There's even in Germany wall yoga, where they tie straps to the wall and hang off the wall. So people are getting very creative these days.
The wall yoga.
Yeah, I mean the important element is that you have this link between awareness, breath, and the movement or static position. There's also a thing called yin yoga, where you can stay in a position for let's say 10 or 15 minutes, just one yoga posture. And that's a different approach.
Yin yang or yin?
Yin, just
yin.
J-I-N.
No, yin.
So there's lots of different practices. You just have to find one that works for you. One of the ones I've recently in the past year sort of started exploring was Yoga Nidra, which is psychic sleep. So you drift off to just as if you're about to go to sleep, and you have somebody guiding you, and it's a very interesting experience.
Wow.
So that's there's definitely something for everybody. You just have to, I encourage people to try and experiment a little bit with whatever catches your eye, and then see what resonates with you personally. What do you need to take away from your yoga practice? There's no right or wrong.
Which one of those styles are the original one that you said 2,500 years ago yoga started for the first time? So which one was the first style or original or authentic style?
Well, most people would concur that the Hatha style, H-A-T-H, the unison of mind and body, is what was most prominently recorded or known about. It was just, the breath in the body, different movements, and then you had from there obviously other formats or systems came up like Ashtanga. Ashtanga also has quite some deep roots and goes back quite some lineage, but these things evolve. And the nice thing about yoga is there's no religion. It's just people experimenting. We'll call them scientists or rishis, experimenting with their bodies, experimenting with nature, observing nature, and then coming up with the best ways that they feel at that moment can help people prolong or have a better quality of life.
Mm-hmm. So let me integrate one question to another question. What is the relationship between Buddhism and yoga? Why yoga and meditation of Buddhism are very similar or very integrated to each other?
Well, it all comes from the same place, doesn't it? India.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So it all comes from the same continent, and I don't know the exact historical references as to who came first, but Buddhism is really not a religion; it's a philosophy, in my opinion. It's just more or less very similar to yoga. It's about how to be in harmony with yourself and how to be in harmony around everything with you. Yoga doesn't have any preachings per se, but they have what's called yamas and niyamas, which are just simple guidelines to take care of yourself and not hurt people around you. So if I had to draw some parallels, it would be something like that, but I wouldn't expound on it further because each system or belief system has its own merits. Meditation, again, is something that is very personal. It's a personal journey. And the methodologies for yoga to do meditation are one way, for Buddhism another, and for other practices, meditation is done differently as well. So it just depends, what resonates with you. Again, I encourage people to try what catches their attention or functions for them and just go from there. There's no right or wrong.
How many years you are practicing as a yoga teacher overall? When did you start for the first time?
I've been practicing yoga since 1999, so it's 26 years. And I've been teaching yoga for about 5 years now.
Mm-hmm. And then how many hours of training have you got, and where?
Well, official training comes on the certificate. I have 200 hours from Biarritz, 300 hours from Rishikesh, 50 hours from Thailand for aerial yoga. Plus, I didn't get a certificate for it, but I was many years practicing in circus school, so acrobatics, so to speak. And then, most recently, also I completed a 100-hour online mantra and meditation course from Nepal for Tantric, classical
Wow.
Tantric.
Amazing. Is it really important which school and which country you go to be a yoga master? Is it really important that you have to really go to Rishikesh, or can you go to like Thailand to another school? Can you please elaborate on this concept? Because some people say, no, you have to be in a very, very good school to be a very good yoga teacher. Do you believe in that or not?
You have to be a very good yoga teacher, that's it.
You are definitely, without any doubt.
It has, school is important. You want to go somewhere that obviously gives the correct guidance and insights, etc. What I think is really, really important is something that I found very useful and would like to share here is if you're going to YTT, yoga teacher training, a lot of times you're in a large group, it goes very quickly, and you don't get what I consider to be enough hands-on practice. So one of the things I was very happy with the studio I went to, with the shul I went to in Rishikesh, was I asked and requested to be there an extra month afterwards and mentor with the teacher. So to really get hands-on practice of how to make the adjustments, how to lead the class, etc. Because sometimes, 200, 300 hours is a lot of time. Okay, it's a good base, but it's also nice to have some more practical experience. Somebody who's there, who's been with you on that part of the journey, giving you a little bit of advice. I don't think is a bad thing if you can afford the extra month. I highly recommend doing it that way.
Very good. And the last part of my question today, for this wonderful interview with you, is that if you have one more chance, if somebody gives you one more chance to go back to 25 years ago, would you have chosen the same path in your life to be a yoga teacher or yoga master and teaching yoga, learning yoga, or would you have done something else?
Well, I never chose to follow a path of yoga. It found me. I mean, 25 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be here in Sri Lanka teaching yoga. I had more interest in stock market, Pepperdine University, things like that. So.
And by the way, we are ex-alumni of Pepperdine University in California, US, and then we met each other 35 years ago back in California, and then 35 years we didn't know anything about each other. Now we met each other in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
so that was a very nice coincidence. Small world. So they say here world and cliff. I don't believe it. This is a small world, like united in unification. So then,
So no, there was no previous planning on a career as a yoga person or a yoga career. But keep in mind, one of the interesting things, I'll just jump in with that, is in India, for example, the university system there, you can get a bachelor's degree in yoga, a master's degree in yoga, and even a PhD.
Wow.
So, we'll see if Pepperdine offers that someday.
For free? For free?
I don't know how their tuition system works, but it gives a little point for reflection of how deep the knowledge and levels of understanding go with all the studies. And, it also makes it very clear, even if you have 200, 300, 500 hours of studies, there's a lot more you can go in and keep growing and expanding your knowledge base, which is what keeps me coming back. I like to try to keep evolving and adapting new ideas and finding different methodologies.
So Michael, this interview was kind of an educational interview for people around the world to know about yoga and then listen to you and learn about yoga methodology and yoga philosophy. Would you like to add anything to the last part of this interview or conversation? Just one last statement.
Well, whatever you do, if you're not into yoga, that's fine. But just find some activity for yourself. Something that gets you out of your chair, out of the bed, away from the laptop, away from the mobile phone, and you give the body the attention it needs, so you got the energy to get through the day with a smile and feel a little bit better. So that's, I think, the most important bottom line comment of it all. Just say thank you very much, Gary, for the chance to put this in the interview.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And
thank you for joining me today, and see you later. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.